Hyperliquid just tanked 4.9% in a single day, and I'm not even going to try to sugarcoat it. That's a big swing. Let's dive into what's behind this massive move and see who else is feeling the heat. Is this a blip on the radar or a trend? But here's the thing. Even small losses can have a big impact on your bottom line. Zcash, ZC, minus 4.8%. That number speaks for itself. Chainlink, Link, minus 3.6%. That number speaks for itself. If this trend continues, it's not hard to imagine XRP slipping further down the ranks, especially when you consider Hyperliquid is already down by nearly 5%. Stellar's decline isn't as steep as some of its peers, but it's still sliding down, and that's a trend we're seeing across the board. Here's the part that gets me. Every single one of these top movers is in the red, with Hyperliquid taking the biggest hit at minus 4.9%. Here's Monero with a loss of 3%. That's another notch down, and I'll be honest, it makes you think twice about where this market is headed. With losses like these piling up, Hyperliquid's minus 4.9% isn't looking so far-fetched after all. 24-hour price change, percent. Let's break down how we got to that minus 4.9% for Hyperliquid. First, we've got Zcash at minus 4.8%. and Chainlink at minus 3.6%. Now, if XRP is at minus 3.2% and Stellar's just a hair better at minus 3.1%, but Monero's actually holding strong at minus 3.0%. Meanwhile, Solana's doing all right too at minus 2.9%. And then there's Figure Heloc, which is up 2.3%. That's the only one moving in the green today. Now we're back to Hyperliquid. And I'll be honest, that's while minus 4.9% in just this short time. You saw the math behind it, but let that sink in. Nearly 5% drop. That's a big move, especially considering where we started. Okay, so what does this mean for Hype? Here's what I want you to take away from this. If you're invested in crypto, it's a mixed bag today. Chainlink is down less than some of its peers, but still a notable drop at minus 3.6%. Meanwhile, Hyperliquid and Zcash are taking the biggest hits. That's not exactly reassuring for your portfolio. You're looking at some big movers today, but let's not get too caught up in the excitement. We've got Hyperliquid down by nearly 5%, Zcash right behind it, and Chainlink slipping by almost 4%. Now, I know what you're thinking. This is a wild ride, but remember, markets don't move in straight lines. These numbers are based on current trends, not predictions of future performance. All right, that's a wrap on today's movers. But let's be real, we're just scratching the surface here. That's the math nobody shows you. And I'm not just talking about the crypto prices. If you want to see what really drives the market, tune in tomorrow for another dose of the numbers. And if you haven't already, subscribe now so you can stay ahead of the curve.